Hello and welcome to the third instalment of my summer vlogs. My name's Rachel and I'm SoRayMe, and you maybe know me better from Instagram where I'm at SoRayMe. You can also find me on Etsy where I'm SoRayMe UK, all one word, and I have a few videos up here on my YouTube channel. So hello and welcome, and welcome back if you are an existing viewer, and welcome to any new viewers. I know that a lot of you have come across from other people's channels like Ali and Cherie and Gaina and Jules, so if you've come over and you're new, then welcome to my little world. We are coming to you from my sewing room, which hasn't been used much in the summer holidays. It's basically become, well, it's an all-round craft room, so I have been doing a little bit of crafting actually. Okay, so I'm going to jump right in because I think I've got quite a lot to talk to you about today. It is Wednesday the 14th of August and we've got 1 week left of the school holidays. They go back exactly a week today, which feels a bit strange. I haven't really been counting down. I tend not to pay attention to how many weeks have gone by, how many weeks have gone left. I just, live day to day rather than always being on a countdown. Some people are always on a countdown. Have you noticed that? Oh, it's only 10 weeks till such and such or whatever, and it's like I don't like that. It's like, what about today? Make today count. And don't get me started on Christmas countdowns. I hate those. Anyway, okay, so yeah, we've been quite busy. We've had a few days out here and there. My partner had 2 weeks off work, so we did the usual thing of saying, right, we'll just have lots of days out and stuff because we weren't going on holiday this year. So we've had some really nice days out. As usual, I will pop in footage here and there of what we've been up to. We went on a lovely boat trip. We drove out to the west. We drove west from where we live to Loch Katrine, which is part of the Trossachs and Loch Lomond National Park. So it was absolutely beautiful. We went on a boat trip on Loch Katrine. It started off a bit murky, but the weather picked up and it turned out to be lovely and sunny, so that was really nice. It was a couple of weeks ago, just after there had been some heavy rain, so there were some landslides over in that direction on the edge of the loch. So unfortunately we had wanted to hire bikes and do a bit of cycling just around the edge of the loch, but we couldn't get bikes. They wouldn't hire them out that day. They'd been told not to because of the landslides. So that was really, well, Joshua was really disappointed. They'd really been looking forward to that. He's my 9-year-old son. So we didn't get to do that unfortunately, but we all enjoyed the boat trip, so that was nice. And then we just had a nice drive home again and went out for tea and stuff. What else have we done? I've had to write it all down because I just forget where we've been. We had a nice day out in a nearby little, it's like a little fishing village really, because we live in Fife, which is coast all round it, which is great. And a village called Pittenweem every year has an arts festival, and artists will come and hire like local holiday houses and things, any space really, even garages and sheds. They will set them up as little art galleries showing off their work. So as much as I enjoy going to look at the art, I also enjoy having a nosy around these beautiful holiday houses that are right on the sea and have sea views and are just so dreamy, so beautiful. So as you can imagine, I really enjoyed that. And it stayed dry for us luckily that day. The days after that it was heavy rain constantly, so I'm glad we went on the day that we did. Done. We've had just some walks and yeah, not been too busy. We've had a few days where we were super busy and out the house from like morning till night, which I always find I need a few days at home just to sort of settle down again. It's quite busy sort of being out of the house all day. I think we've had a good balance of being at home and being out for a little bit, and we're back to having a few days at home just now, so it's nice just to catch up. And of course the garden needs seeing to after all that rain. all the plants are now kind of lying at this kind of angle and they're all a bit flattened, so it's really annoying because you spend all these months looking forward to the flowers opening up and then they finally open up and then they're battered by the rain. So it's quite disheartening, that part of gardening. So after all the rain we had, I had to go out and do quite a lot of deadheading because I hadn't been out for a few days. So the roses and the cosmos and everything just needed so much taken off them. But the cosmos will just keep coming back for another month or so yet. They are usually the last ones to go in about September, October. That's the good part about being in Scotland. Everyone else's flowers start flowering really early and I always feel a little bit jealous, but then I have to remember that because ours are later, we get them later on into the season as well. So right into autumn we'll still have cosmos. So yeah, what am I going to say? Well, speaking of the garden, my tomatoes have done better than they've ever done. All of my plants are so heavy with fruit. It's amazing to see. I just need some sunshine to ripen them because none of them have even started to go red yet, so I'm a bit worried about that. Fingers crossed. If anyone knows how to maybe speed up that process, please let me know if you have any tips. It would be a shame for them all not to ripen after I've got them looking so good. I'll try and remember to get some footage of them for you because honestly they look amazing. I've started to take off a lot of the lower leaves because I believe that's what you're supposed to do so that the energy can go to the fruit rather than to the leaves. You don't want all the energy going in the leaves and then your fruit not getting big enough or whatever. I'm just to make a list because of what I'm going to talk to you about, because I just there's quite a lot this time and I'm never going to remember it all. Another little video that I needed to put in, I've been putting it off. The bee boxes, I hadn't showed you what went in them. One of the bee boxes went to Australia, but it seemed to it either walked or it took a bit of a detour because it took a very long time to get there. But I've had confirmation now that it has arrived, so I'm happy to show you what was in the boxes. I didn't want to show what was in them and spoil the surprise for this, even though it was just one person. I didn't want to spoil the surprise. It's the end of June and I am currently in the process of wrapping up the bee boxes, so before I forget I better show you what is in the bee boxes. We have got some project bags. This is the fabric. It's a really nice neutral creamy beigey fabric with the bees on it. The cuff is metallic and this one has a floral lining. There are 3 different bags, all very similar in terms of like nice clean sort of colours and pale, and the rims are all metallic gold. I think it looks beautiful, so that's a really nice one. These are my small drawstring bags which are perfect for socks, shawls, one skein type of projects. So you have a project bag that was made by me. Wild Rose Yarns, who's Michelle, she dyed up some yarn for me and I gave her the brief of wildflowers for the bees. So Michelle came up with this really sweet colourway which she's named Foxglove, which I think is perfect. And another maker that I asked to make something for me is the original bee, who's Diane. She made me beautiful little beeswax candles. I'm going to open this one up and let you have a look because I did get an extra one for myself. But she's wrapped these and they look so beautiful. I actually don't even want to unwrap it. These are really sweet little tea light kind of candles and they've got a little bee on the top. They're so gorgeous. So you would put that on a little plate or in a tea light holder to use those safely. So these are great. Diane actually keeps bees, so I'm assuming this is her own beeswax. And it smells really nice. And keeping in with the beeswax theme, I got some handmade soaps. These are oats and honey. It's just a little mini soap. And we also have a really sweet little postcard which is from an artist on Etsy called B. Baranowska Illustration. I thought these were absolutely beautiful and very, very Suri me. So they're going in as well. Tilly is of course messing about on the floor if you can hear noises there. And I've designed a little badge. Be kind, which I thought were very sweet. And there's a tea bag going in which is lemon, ginger and manuka honey. So we've got honey in there. And of course we needed something to go with the tea, a little nibble, so what better than a little Toblerone. Toblerones are almond, nougat and honey flavour, so we've got the honey in there as well. So I'm going to wrap all that up and I'll show you what, oh no, there's one more item. We have got these super cute little bees, and these are actually seed bombs, wildflower seed bombs. So you just pop these onto some soil, you can do it in a pot or on the ground, water them and they'll sprout seeds, wildflower seeds. I think they're quite concentrated, so there will be a lot of seeds in there. So they are super cute too, so they're going out with some instructions of course. So I'm going to wrap all this up. I've made some nice pretty tags and little extras to go in. Oh, I've forgotten one more thing as well. There's also a lavender sachet made from the same fabric as the bags. And this is filled with lavender, which of course the bees love. So yes, now I'm going to go and wrap all the stuff. I'll show you all once I've wrapped it, because I'm going to add in some nice little touches with the wrapping. I've been making some pretty tags, etc., and I've got some nice baker's twine, so I'm going to make everything look really pretty in the boxes. So I'll get on with that and I'll show you again shortly. I'm just sat on the floor here packing boxes, so I would like to show you some of the packaging that I've designed for the parcels, because I'm really pleased with it. This is a little tag I've made with the daisies that I pressed from my garden. You would have seen me doing this in early June in my June vlogs. So I just used a stamp at the bottom with just text on it. You can't actually read what it says. And then just glued the daisy onto some brown card, and I've tied it up with the baker's twine. And that's the project bag. And the yarn has been wrapped in the paper that I was stamping. I've wrapped the bee flower bombs just in tissue paper with a little bit of lovely, this is a Cath Kidston washi tape. The soaps I've put into lovely little envelopes. It's like a greaseproof paper, just so that there was no residue coming off the soaps, because I think they probably do contain probably coconut oil or something. So I've just tied them up and I've sellotaped them down again with the tape, and I've put the tags on that you will have seen me making in the June vlogs as well. And the badges have just been wrapped up in some of the gold tissue paper, which is what I'm also lining the boxes with. And I'm also including a little card that I typed up. When a bee lands on you, just think how nice it is to have been mistaken for a flower. I'm just adding that into the box, and then we've got a little cover letter, and I just made that look really sweet. Folded it over with the washi tape, and I got these little wooden stick-on bees, which I thought were adorable. So that's going to greet you when you open your box. That all seems like such a long time ago now, but and it was hard work at the time, so I'm glad that it's all over and it's done. And I had a great response from them, so if you have received a bee box, please remember you can fill out some feedback on Etsy, just a review. You can do that on Etsy if you want. One thing that I have learned, all of this is a big learning process, I've learned that I think I've put in way too many little gifts, and sourcing all the little gifts and wrapping all the little gifts took me so long. So what I'm going to do in future is go for sort of quality over quantity, and I'm not saying that they weren't good quality gifts. I'm just going to go for less gifts, but they will be of a higher value per gift. So I think before there was probably, I don't remember counting how many there were. Was there 9 maybe? I don't know. I'm going to go for quite a few less gifts, and that means that I will have time to do more boxes because I won't feel so much under pressure. and I know that I should be able to fit them in easier, because it does take a long time to find what I'm going to put in the boxes, and then I will always contact the makers and ask for like a wholesale discount and discuss, you know, what I'm doing and if things need to be adapted or whatever. So all of that takes a lot of time, and it's quite stressful sort of having to wait on answers, or just generally I just don't like waiting, just want stuff now. Sometimes you've got to order stuff, you know, a little while in advance, so I find that quite quite anxious, that sort of wait just until I've actually got everything. So the less items I've got, the easier it's going to be, and it means that you'll still get a really lovely quality box with some lovely gifts in it. So just bear that in mind. If you do order a box in future, it will contain a few less items, and we'll come to future boxes in a minute. I'm going to talk to you about that soon. Okay, I feel like I'm talking really fast because I feel like I've got loads to say, and I don't want this video to be like 2 hours long. So let's get on with the normal sort of running of the video. I have a finished object, yay, finally, and it's a knitted one at that. About time, huh? I finished my Rose City rollers, and I love them, absolutely love them. Really love the yarn, love the colour of the yarn, it's really soft. I enjoyed knitting these up, they were so quick. You start off at the cuff, which from the cuff to the heel is like an inch or so. So before you know it, you're onto the heel. It's a bit blown out a bit there with the light. So yeah, they were really quick to make, and I think I made these in about 10 days or so, but I mean I could have done them quicker. They work really quick. I just did these one at a time, and yeah, enjoyed having a pair of socks on the needles again actually. So they are finished. I've still to block them, so I might try and do that after the video. I need to just give them a wee soak and block them. So Joshua had asked for a pair as well, so yesterday I have cast on a pair for him. I've made him a few pairs of socks in the past, but for some reason they've all ended up being a little bit too tight. I have gone with his foot measurements and everything, but I think just because of the way that his foot is, it's maybe wider at certain parts than, well, we're all different, aren't we? So they didn't seem to fit very well. So I took one pair and I frogged them. So I'm using wool that is so crinkly. This one is a stripy wool, it's got all different colours in it. So like I said, I cast on just yesterday, and I've so far got the roll bit's done, and then the heel is done, and I'm now on the gusset decreases, so they shouldn't take long at all. That's the way it goes. The wool, I'm not sure I'm happy with the wool, but I'm going to just go with it and see how it works up. The socks I think probably weren't very good as well, because I've been putting socks in the washing machine and I think they'd all, or a lot of them had kind of shrunk a bit, or I don't know whether they'd started to felt or what, but they'd gone really tight. So the wool feels quite rough, but I don't know whether it's because I'm using wool that's been frogged and it's all wavy, or maybe it was just a rough wool in the first place, or maybe it's because it's been worn and washed. So I'm really hoping that with a bit of a good soak and a block in, these will get softer. If anybody has any experience of this and can just confirm that that will happen, please let me know. Because I'm kind of knitting them in a bit of anticipation as to whether they're going to be nice or not, because if they don't feel nice then you might not wear them. But I'm going to make them about my size anyway, so that if he doesn't want them, I could probably wear them. We've discovered that our feet are now approximately the same length. I'm kind of I wear a 5, but I'm probably a big 4, but I've got wide feet, so I need a 5. And he is wearing size 4 trainers and shoes now, so yeah, we're about the same. So yep, I'm going to continue with that and hopefully get them done really quickly, because I kind of just want to get them done, and then I can basically start on something else for myself, basically. He'd been asking me to redo his socks for such a long time. The socks that were knitted up have been sat in my sewing room for a very long time. I just hadn't got round to frogging them. But that's done and they're started, so it always feels good once you've got something started, doesn't it? And on the needles, and you can just pick that up as and when. So that's my 2 whips at the moment. No, 1 whip. One's finished and one is a whip. I haven't done any more of my embroidery. I'm like a little fluttery butterfly. I just kind of go from craft to craft and I get so engrossed in one and forget about everything else, and then I move on to another one and another one and another one, and eventually I'll come back to them. I would like to get my embroidery finished because I just need to add maybe a sunflower. Yeah, I think that's about all. Oh, roses. I wanted to add some roses, but I need to maybe just have a wee look at how to do, is it a bullion rose or something, because I've never done that before, so I would like to have a wee practice before I add them to my actual embroidery. So, well, whips, I guess. Other things I have been working on is my scrapbook. I've been really enjoying this. As you can see, I've done a good few more pages since I last showed you, and I think I've found my kind of style and I've found what I like, so I'm feeling a lot more happy with the pages that I've done now. And loving my printer. I got the Canon Selfie, really been happy with that. It's been great to use, so easy to use, especially if we've had a nice day out and we've got loads of photos. It's great just to be able to print the photos out that day or the next day while it's all still fresh in your head, and you know, you're still living in the sort of happy bubble of your day out. And then a lot of the times in the evenings I've came straight in here and just done a scrapbook page if we've been out or something, if I've had the time. So I'll show you what I've been doing. I can't quite remember how many I showed you last time, so forgive me if I'm showing you pages that I've already shown you. I had posted a photo, and I think in the last video actually I showed you some of the scrapbook supplies that I had bought. So I had a lovely photo of those. I showed you these stickers that I got. I took a nice photo and thought I'll just print that out. So yeah, I made that into a page and I'm really happy with that page. I like the style, love all the florals and everything, so I'm really happy with that one. And I liked adding the different elements, like some the paper, stickers, and then some stamps and things. So I really like that one. Here's another page. I'm just going to go through them all. If you don't want to watch, just skip forward a bit. That's a really bright page, which I think is fun to have on anything with Joshua in, because I like bright colours for kids. That was our barbecue. That's not really, the bright colours in that, I think I said last time, aren't really my kind of thing, but when it's associated with a child, I think it's really nice to have bright colours. And then back to more my style of pages. I had some pictures on my camera roll that I thought would be fun to print off. So this was actually at Falkland Palace when we got to have a look in the beehives, which was amazing. The sound was just like, oh my gosh, you know what bees sound like, but when you're actually stood next to an open hive, the noise is so intense and the bees are all over you. You look down at your hand, you've got gloves on, you look down at your hand, your arm, and you're covered in bees, and you have to actually remind yourself that you're okay, it's fine, you're supposed to be like that, it's okay. And it was great to see inside, so just did a nice little bee page. And of course it is the summer of bees after my bee box as well, and loads of people have been tagging me in pictures on Instagram and stuff of bee products and bee things, saying I saw this and thought of you. So everybody's now thinking of me as associating me with bees as well. Another page here which I quite like. We had a little baking day and I made some cakes, so I've just layered that up, loads of little layers. Really like that. It's quite busy, but I like it. I got some A4 sheets of paper. This is a blue one that's like, it kind of had clouds on it, but I just really heavily stamped it all over. And so when I need a little bit of paper that's like that, I've got it already made. I'm going to just grab it here and show you, because I didn't want to have to keep redoing it all the time every time I needed a bit of paper. So I just got a whole sheet of paper and stamped it quite heavily, and I did the same with a nice piece of cream, and then if I need a piece I just tear it off or cut it or whatever. So I just use a real selection of stamps there. They all kind of go, kind of like vintagey, floral and whatnot, so I'm really happy with those. I did a bit of tissue paper like that as well, because I like to use tissue paper, so I think that looks quite nice. That's tissue paper there, so I think that works quite well. What else have we got? Oh, I've got a nice floral one. This was me one night. We went to a theatre production that was in the Orchard at Falkland Palace. It was Gangsta Granny, so I had my new cup, my thermal cup with tea in it, and it was a boiling hot night. It was one of those heat wave nights, but I just liked all the florals because I had on a nice little, well, it's a Cath Kidston actually as well, so I looked like a Cath Kidston advert that night. Yeah, so it just looked like a nice little happy picture picture of summer there, so I've just teamed it up with tons and tons of floral papers and prints and stuff, so I'm really happy with that one. And then another page, I like that one, it's all really vintagey looking, and that was a little day out we had on the way to St Andrews. We found a little antique shop, so we had a look in there. These ladders were like only the height of like a side table, they're so cute. It's quite an expensive shop though, so I like that page a lot. And oh, we had a coffee somewhere and cake, so that got documented. It was a really cool looking place here with like lots of nice looking fixtures and stuff. Really nice food. So that's like a fun page. And then I talked about the day out in Pittenweem, so I had a nice photo there of the houses. Look at the colours. And I found the paint chips. I already had these paint chips in one of my other scrapbooks, so I thought they matched perfectly, so that was good. You can get these in B&Q. This is their range that I think they mix up. Is it called Valspar maybe? I can't remember. But you can get the colours made up, and they have paint chips, all different colours of the rainbow. And some of them have got the nicest names. What have we got there? Rose Satin Slippers and Cupcake. I've got some of these in my bedroom. On my bedroom wall I've got, what are they called now? Shetland Sweater, which is the palest grey, white with a hint of grey, and I've got, I think it's Fairies Tutu, is a very pale pink. This is, I showed you last time I think, music sheet book that I got really cheap, so I've been using that a lot as well, but that's as far as I've got. So yeah, I'm really happy with that, and it's been keeping me quite happy when I've just been in the mood to do a bit of crafting, and all my stuff's now looked out, so it's really easy to do. I dug out this bag thing that I had. I got these for me and Joshua last year, I think. I saw that Sandy by the Lakeside had something quite similar, because she is into planners, so she loves stationery as well. So she had something similar to this. I think they're basically called handbag inserts, and the idea is that you just, you know, when you swap your handbags, you just take this out and everything's in it. But they make great pencil cases, because Joshua's got tons of pens and pencils as well, so it's really handy for that. But I remembered I had it and thought it would be perfect for my photos. So I've got the there's loads of little zippy bits and pockets, and it's brilliant, it's really good. So I've got these clear wallets, and I've just printed off the photos that I want to scrapbook. So when I'm in the mood to do it, I can come up and just choose which ones I'm going to use. And I've got some other ones with, that one's got stickers in it, that one's got just odds and ends stickers and different types of stickers and everything in there. So they fit in there nicely, and then I've been going through a lot of Pritt Stick. And the stickers, some of the stickers I showed you in the boxes are in there too. So that has been sat on my desk. I've got scrapbook papers in different boxes and things, so it's quite good because everything's quite condensed now and I know where things are. So when I want to get on with it, I can just come in and get on with it. So it's been great. Another thing I sat and tried the other night, which I'm really pleased with how they turned out with, was making some mini little envelopes. So I used the music sheets, and I got a template from, I just looked on Pinterest for mini envelope template or something. Where did I put them now? Oh, there they are. They're in here, the templates. So I printed them off, and then I got some of my nice card or thicker scrapbooking paper and made like a more permanent one. So I've got a long one, which is that sort of style, and a normal sort of one, which makes the kind of typical envelope. I also got an old map. Did I show you that? It was like an old map of Italy. I just found it at a charity shop for 50p. So that's going to be great for crafting as well. I thought it was quite cute. I absolutely love these little envelopes. I don't know what I'll do with them, but I think they'd be perfect if you were collecting seeds. They'd be great, or any small gifts for Christmas or whatever. They'd look so nice with some stitch markers in, or even buttons, or if you were buying somebody a little bit of jewellery or something, they'd be really cute. And then I was trying to think what other papers could I use rather than just standard like scrapbooking papers and stuff. And then I came up with these ones. So these are pages from the Sarah Raven magazine catalogue. Aren't they absolutely beautiful? I had these pages torn out already and put aside in my other scrapbook because I like to use things like that on my pages, so I had them already, so I thought that was a great idea, and I absolutely love them. They're so cute. So yeah, that thrilled me. That made me super happy sitting doing that for an hour or so one afternoon. I got a bit carried away, so I don't know what I'm going to do with them all. But you can put them, if you are doing a scrapbook, you can always put them on one of the page, and if you've got tickets or receipts or something from a day out, you could put them in there and have that on your page. I've seen that done, so that's a nice thought, nice idea. Okay, so yeah, that's my scrapbooking. I've been making a few things for my shop, so I'll show you those now. For some reason I just got the urge to try some different types of stitch markers. So I saw these little rainbow beads and fell in love with them and thought I really want to make some of them. So they're a slightly different style. Is that focusing? So I'm doing these in packs of 4, so you're getting 2 rainbows and 2 contrasting colours. So if you have a look at my shop, there are different colours, different sets. I love how the different colours totally offset the rainbow differently. They look really different. They're in my Etsy shop now. And what's pleasing me even more is the beads are in these cute little jars. The jars, I've just remembered, actually came from Poundland. And they had, I'm sure they had little paper clip things in them or something. But how cute, they look like little sweetie shop jars. So that's the rainbow ones, and that's the different coloured ones that you can have to go with. So they are on my shop in little sets now, so you can have a look there. And something a little bit different again, got some little cupcakes. Aren't they cute? I don't know if you've seen that very well, but if you want to see it better, you can have a look in my shop. And I couldn't resist getting some donuts. Very cute. They're very kind of Homer Simpson looking donuts. That's better. So they will be in my shop by the time the video goes out. I haven't put the donuts in the shop yet, but I must do that. So yep, there's some new additions. I've been selling loads and loads of stitch markers over the summer, and I think there's 2 bags left in my shop. So I really need to do some stock replenishment. I'm not sure when I'm going to get the time to do everything that I need to do, so I'm at that point now at the end of the holidays where I don't feel like I'm relaxing and enjoying it so much anymore, because I'm thinking about what's coming and all that I need to do really. So my mind is starting to work again, and it's going at a million miles an hour, and it's usually working quite hard as I lay in bed at night. So I have a few ideas for some new products that I want to do, so I'm just in the process of figuring those out. I'm really excited about some of those, so I just hope that they work out as well as I hope they will. I will talk to you now about the themed boxes. I guess it seems the right time. I spent an awful lot of time going back and forwards trying to decide whether or not to offer another themed box after the summer and before the Christmas box. I went backwards and forwards on this idea so much because there's so much work involved. As you saw from June vlogs, it's quite stressful and a lot of work, and also the Christmas box coming up is sort of twice the size of the themed box, so it's a more expensive box, so more stuff goes in it, and it takes an awful lot of coordination. And this will be the 3rd year I've done the Christmas box, and I don't have the same gifts going in them, so it's a lot of work on my part to find gifts that are different and find something a little bit maybe more unusual and just that I know you'll like. So yeah, although it's shopping and browsing Etsy a lot and stuff like that, it's not as easy and simple as it is just shopping for your friends or your family or something. It's a lot of work and it takes an awful lot of time to source stuff. So I had decided that I wasn't going to do another box because I thought, no, it's just too much stress, just say no, just don't do it, just, you know, just say no, just don't do it, it's fine. And then a couple of days later I was like, no, I want to do it. So I changed my mind again, and there will be a box. and I'm going to launch it for pre-sales, pre-orders at the weekend. And yeah, like I said earlier, the boxes now, the themed boxes, are going to contain slightly less gifts, less number of gifts, but the value will still be the same and the cost of the box will be the same. If you want to order a box, please check the postage amounts very carefully. The postage, last time I kind of didn't list the abroad boxes high enough, so if you ordered abroad you got a good bargain there because it cost me a bit more to post. So the postage for going abroad is going to be quite high, so please check if you are out with the UK, just check the postage cost. It will show up on Etsy. If you have a look underneath the item and go to, I think it's delivery or something, it will tell you the cost. So just check that carefully and be aware, don't go ordering it and then getting a big shock that you've been charged a lot of money. Please check before you order. So the next box, you maybe want to know the theme, maybe I'll tell you now. The theme for the next box is going to be autumnal hygge. It's definitely turned colder this week and I hate to admit it, but autumn is on its way, if not already here. So I'm just going to have to embrace it, I think. So the box is going to be, yeah, a nice autumnal hygge theme. And as always, I'm very excited about this box and I've already got some lovely things lined up. The only thing that you can guarantee you'll get in every box is a project bag and a mini skein of yarn. And I'm not going to tell you any more than that. I'm not going to tell you any of the other gifts. The other gifts will be different every time. So yeah, that's what's happening. I'm going to put it in my Etsy shop for pre-order on Saturday, just looking up there because my calendar's up there, this Saturday. So that is Saturday the 17th of August. It's going to go in my Etsy shop at 10 AM UK time. It's not very easy to know when to put things in your shop and what times and stuff, but that's what time suits me, I'm afraid. I might be out some of the evenings and stuff, so I don't want to set it for the evening and then I'm not here, or I forget, or I don't get around to actually posting it in my shop or something. So they will be in my shop 10 AM on Saturday. It will be first come, first served. I will not be giving anyone, I won't be reserving one for anyone or anything like that. There will be a very limited number of boxes this time as well. That is so that I can feel comfortable and confident that I'm going to have time to get them done. I'm not too stressed. So yeah, if you really want one, set your alarm or whatever. Last time I think I could have sold double what I had, but the time constraint again was the summer holidays coming, so unfortunately I just couldn't offer that many. Hopefully if I do a box again, it will be, obviously there'll be the Christmas one. In the new year I might do one sort of January, February time, and hopefully then I could offer a lot more in terms of quantities, because then I won't have any time constraints. So I do apologise if you want one and feel like, you know, there aren't enough available or you miss out or something. It's really one of those things that's so difficult to judge, to know. So yeah, if you really want one, I hope you get one. I think that's all I need to say about the boxes. I don't think there's anything else I was going to say. So yeah, that's Saturday 17th of August at 10 AM in my Etsy shop. Okay, where shall we go next? The Christmas box, I might as well talk about that now. There will be a Christmas box, definitely. Like I said, it's kind of twice the size, so it is a bit more expensive. I'm not really going to go into detail about that just now, but I'm just going to say that there will be one. There should be more available, because I know that Christmas is coming and I know that I need to plan for that, so hopefully I'll have higher numbers there. I probably won't cap it at any numbers. I'll just put them up for sale and see how many, you know, let you guys guide me as to how many I need, and I'll just leave it open, sales open, for as long as I can, and then I'll have to close it, and then because I need to know final numbers for the Christmas boxes. But there will be more available, so hopefully if you miss out on one of the smaller boxes, you should be able to get a Christmas one. Again, the Christmas ones contain a project bag and a yarn and lots of other stuff, and that's all I'm going to tell you. So yeah, there'll be more news on the Christmas boxes near the time. Once I've got these autumnal ones done, are underway, then I can start to think a bit more about the Christmas ones. Okay, so let's talk about Happy Mail. Last time I mentioned that there was a parcel at the post office for me, at the sorting office. I did pick that up. I was talking to the woman in the sorting office, and she said that when sending stuff from certain countries, there can be a custom charge incurred. However, when you fill out a customs form, if you mark it as under the value of the gifts as under $30, apparently customs won't bat an eyelid. If you mark it over that, then the recipient will get charged. So if you're going to send something to someone in the UK from America, I don't know what other countries are going to incur a customs charge, so check before you send something, I guess. So if you're sending something, try marking it as under $30 so that the recipient doesn't get charged. Yeah, that should work. The woman in the sorting office seemed to think that worked. She has family that sends stuff regularly, so there's a good tip to try. So I got this parcel from Linda. Linda is on Instagram as well. She's called Minnie from Minnesota. She does some amazing sewing. So I got this parcel, and there was a nice big package in it for me, and there was also one for Joshua. His gifts are all strewn around the house right now because he of course dived straight in. I've kept mine all together so I could show you. So I haven't been able to use them yet because I don't want to forget any of them or have them around the house. So they're all in here and I'm going to show you them all. They are amazing. I was absolutely blown away and I couldn't believe the generosity. So I got this beautiful project bag. Now Linda said she saw the fabric and she thought it was very Cath Kidston, and I totally agree, isn't it? It's so kind of kitsch, isn't it? And the bottom is made from like a cork fabric, which she said reminded her of snow, and she's perfectly right. That does look like snow. So I cannot wait to use this at Christmas. How gorgeous is that? And she's actually got her own little tags there as well. Missy from MN. Is that Minnesota? Must be, huh? So, yeah, I'm going to use this for my Advent socks will be going in this. And the lining is also lovely as well. It's little Christmas trees. So that is very clever forward planning from Linda, organising something Christmassy. And she also sent this one, which I haven't opened because it says it's for my December Advent basket. If you saw my Vlogmas videos last year, I had a little basket that had all my Advent, like my daily little presents in there. So that's to go in there. I'm not sure when I'm allowed to open it then. Do I have to wait until Christmas, like the 24th, 25th? Let me know when I can open it, Linda, what day. So it's very exciting having one that I can't even open yet, isn't it? So Linda sent me in here a whole load of goodies. Don't know where to start. So I've got a lovely yarn here. Isn't that beautiful? It's quite Christmassy actually. I wonder if that's Christmas yarn. Oh no, golden rosebud. So that's lovely as well. And of course rosebuds is very apt with me having been showing you on my garden all the time. So that is gorgeous. That is a fingering. It's quite warm and nice, that one. Oh, 75% merino, 25% nylon. So that's going to make, well, I kind of tend to just knit socks, so this will be socks. The shorty socks I thought would be lovely in a thicker yarn because they'll be like, I would wear them like slipper socks around the house a lot. So that actually feels so warm. That might be quite nice for those. Or just a nice cozy pair of socks. So that is lovely. That's from a chick that knits. And Linda also sent me my very first beeswax wrap. I've seen these so often and I've seen friends using them as well. So now I have one. I'm so happy that I have one. I'm going to use that loads because we take packed lunches wherever we go. And although we use plastic tubs, reusable tubs all the time, it will be nice not to have the bulk of plastic tubs as well. So that's going to be super handy and that will be in use all the time. And I've had to not use this for the past few weeks because I want to keep it here to show you, so it'll be good to be able to use that now. There's a bit of a theme to the gifts actually, as you'll see. These are honey straws and they're just plastic straws. You might be more familiar with seeing this sort of thing fill a sherbet. That's what I remember from childhood, but they're full of honey. So you can use it to like as a snack, or you can use it to have like as a straw. Put it in a glass of milk or something. So that's so unusual. So that's pretty cool. they'll be really nice because I take yogurt and fruit out a lot, like Greek yogurt, so if I take one of them I can like drizzle it over the top in my packed lunch. I got a beeswax lip balm from Burt's Bees, which is brilliant. I think, did I mention before that I have lip balm everywhere? I love lip balm and I'm never without it. I haven't tried Burt's Bees before, so I'm looking forward to trying that one. And I got this, which is, I think it's a cloth. Doesn't say. But I'm pretty sure it's like a washcloth, is it? Yeah, oh yeah, it's a cleaning cloth, yeah. It's just quite thick. So once you wet it, it will turn into a nice like spongy cloth. So it's lovely, and that's got herbs on it. Everything is so well thought out. There's a lovely little plate. How cute is that? That is beautiful. I will use that a lot. I like little plates and bowls for maybe a trinket dish, but I use things like this when I'm having a snack or a biscuit or whatever. So that is beautiful. I love that. The Christmassy theme is a Merry Christmas ribbon, which is lovely. Can't wait to craft something with that. That'd be so nice on a little hanger. And then there was this little thing which I've never seen before. It's called Seeds of Happiness, and it started off as little lumps of clay that the artist just made into little faces, and you just pass them on to a friend. So that's really sweet. So that was a really, really lovely and thoughtful package, and I was absolutely amazed at opening that. It was just wow. I was totally blown away. So thank you again, Linda. Yeah, let me know when I'm allowed to open this. I should maybe just leave it till Christmas, actual Christmas Day, because then that keeps the excitement going a bit longer, and I kind of like that. I also received another little gift. My friend Cherie sent me a little gift in the post. We had been talking a lot about tea, of course, as you will know, and for some reason we must have mentioned this tea. I can't remember why now, but I had said to Cherie that I was never able to get hold of it, but I really wanted to try it. So it's normal flavoured tea, just black tea, but it's malty biscuit flavour. Tastes like tea and biscuits. So I had my first cup of it last night, and I really like it. To me, what it reminded me of was Jammy Dodgers, just that sweet biscuity flavour. So I don't know, I did have it with some biscuits, not Jammy Dodgers, but another biscuit. So I don't know whether if I have a cup of tea of this, will it take away my biscuit cravings, or will it make me want one even more? Last night I couldn't tell because I had biscuits anyway, so I'll have to have it on its own and see. So Cherie very, very kindly sent me another little gift, and I've shown you this before. It's a project bag that she made me for my birthday. So Cherie has been making some new little products, some little notions cases like this. So she sent me a matching one to go with my bag, and that's so nice. And it's got a sweet little star on the zip there, and it's got her tag here. So that will be very handy. I checked already, and even my big chunky scissors will fit in there. So that's going to be handy, because I've got loads of little bits floating about in the bottoms of my bags. I've always got a tape measure. I've got, you know, you've always got stitch markers, and I'm just digging out some stitch markers. I've been using these ones a lot because it's so handy having them in the little bag. So again, having all that in a bag together will be very handy. And it's such a nice size. I also think that these would be great for handbags, and I said to Cherie that I might use it in mine, because I've always got stuff like lip balm or tissues or mints or something, and they all just float about at the bottom of my bags, so that would be perfect. So yeah, it would be great for makeup or something as well. So that was lovely. And she sent me tea bags, some more tea bags. She sent me this one, Yogi Tea, which is Women's Balance. I haven't tried that one yet. She sent me another one which was peppermint. I've had that one, that was nice. She also sent me a lovely little snack bar, which is by Squirrel Sisters, which I hadn't heard of before. So it was cashew and coconut, I think. So it was all like, you know, if you put all that kind of stuff in the blender and make a sort of a squidgy, well, I would usually make balls, but it was a little bar, so it was really nice. I took that out when we went to the cinema the other day. There was 2 fingers in it, so I took it out, and I had one when I was at the cinema and the other one when we were out with friends for a walk the other day. So that was really nice, because it was like, I think, was it called an energy bar maybe, but it was all that kind of Whole Foods which give you energy, so it was perfect for that. And she also sent me some seeds. These are marigold seeds, so I'll save them for next year I think now, because it's getting a bit late. And these are ones that you can eat the petals as well, which I keep forgetting to do every time I have a salad, because I've got some of these in the garden, and cornflower as well, which you can eat, which I never do. I always forget when I've got stuff in the garden that I can eat it, and then in the winter when I haven't got anything in the garden, I wish I had stuff in the garden that I could eat. So thank you, Cherie, that was a really nice little gift to receive, and very a nice little surprise. I wasn't expecting that at all. I got another one the other day as well, yesterday actually, which was a big surprise, because you kind of feel once you have finished your daily vlogs and stuff, well, I feel like, oh, everybody's probably forgotten about me now. So to have a nice little surprise thing pop up in the post was really, 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 really nice. The only thing with this is I'm not 100% sure who it's from. It does say Jackie, and I've been chatting with, funnily enough, there's been a few Jackies that have been following me through my sort of vloggy journey, and a lot of people have commented, like on, there's certain people who comment in nearly every video, and there's quite a few Jackies who've done that. So I had a look back on Instagram as well, and they all spell their names slightly different. So I'm not 100% sure who this Jackie is. There's a Jackie who's commented on my videos who's from this area. Is it you? I'm not sure. So just let me know who you are. Anyway, so I got a nice wee card, and she just sort of, oh, it was really sweet. She sort of said I'd really helped her through a really tough time, and she just enjoyed watching the videos and reminded her to sort of look after herself and stuff. So, oh, it was really nice. So Jackie very, very sweetly sent me a little notebook, which is strawberries, so cute, and a book to read, A Dog Called Hope. This is about the wounded warrior and a dog who dared to love him. And there's a bookmark in there, which is lovely, a handmade bookmark. It's really nice, nice and like geometrical. And then swirlies, so that'll come in so handy. And Jackie sent me some stitch markers, which are very appropriate. Look, we've got an ice cream and a bee. I'm wondering, Jackie, you must follow me on Instagram, because I've been a little bit obsessed with ice cream this summer, and almost every other day I've been posting that we've been out for ice cream. Yes, obsessed is, yeah, doesn't even cover the half of it, so that made me laugh when I saw that. And a couple of tea bags. You're the first person to send me a tea bag that is just normal tea. Everyday blend. These are my favourite. Just everyday normal tea. Thank you. Everyone's been sending me some flavoured ones to try. This one sounds nice. Happy uplifting tea. That sounds perfect, doesn't it? A herbal fruit and spice infusion with lemon and apple flavour. One of the only teas so far that I have discovered that I do like is my morning tea, which is lemon green tea. So hopefully with this being lemon, I'll like it as well. I have been trying a lot of the tea bags that people have been sending me. So far I have really enjoyed, Gaina sent me some from Neil's Yard Remedies, and one was an after dinner tea, so it was a mixture of like mint and other stuff. I've forgotten what it was now, but I really liked that one. And I tried a chamomile for the first time. That was okay, I quite liked that one. So yeah, I might find a few that I like. So thank you, Jackie, whichever Jackie you are, that was really sweet. Jackie also sent a little something for Joshua too. He got a really sweet notebook and a pen, which I should have brought up to show you, because it has what even Joshua called it a stitch marker. So it was just a little, it was a nice lolly on a clip, but it clipped onto the pen. It was really clever. So he was really pleased with that. So thank you, Jackie. It's always really sweet when he gets something, although he hasn't done any vlogging, so you know, he's doing well out of this. He's too shy to be in the vlogs. I've been talking for an awful long time now, so one last thing that I think I'm going to show you. Oh, speaking of tea and mugs and morning tea, you may have seen, I don't know, probably seen, if I've shown you my breakfasts any time, my lemon green tea. I always have it in my blue floral Cath Kidston cup. Well, it got broken. So I'm very sad about that. I've been having my morning cup of tea in that mug for quite a few years now, and I'm one of those people who, certain mugs are for certain cups of tea at for certain times of day, and some cups are not for tea at all, they're for coffee. Yes, I know I'm weird. So I was in TK Maxx the other day looking at the cups and kind of got encouraged to get a new cup. Not that I needed any encouragement really, but I was looking at this one and it's just so cute, isn't it? Isn't that just quite me with cats, and it's peach? So I got that one. To be fair, it was my partner that broke my mug, so my partner bought me a new one. The only thing with this, it's lovely and it's a nice shape, right? I had a cup of tea in it for the first time and oh my god, it's so heavy. And I weighed it and it was £1 10 ounces when full of tea. So that's almost, I think that was about 750 grams. It was so heavy and almost not like pleasurable to use. It's really annoying, so heavy. I don't know why they do that. I'm quite particular about my cups, so that might, I hope that doesn't put me off using it. Because you just do tend to reach for your favourite one every time, don't you? So I do want to use this because it's cute and it's very me. So I've been testing that out with my teas in it. And I also saw this little, it's basically a ramekin kind of pie dish, but it's mini. I just thought it was beautiful. It's by Gradina. I don't know if it's like Polish ware, isn't it? That's what it reminded me of, but I thought it was so sweet. And I use things like this for snacks, you know, if I want some crisps or nuts or whatever, I just put them in there. And I doubt I'll use that for making pies or quiches or anything, because I only bought one, so I won't use it for that, but it'll be great for even dips or whatever. So I just love little things like that. This was in the sale, it was something like £1.80. So pretty. They had a lovely selection in already of like Halloweeny autumnal stuff, and of course they had a great selection of candles in, and they were all like really nice autumnal scents. So I did succumb and I bought one. I got this one, spiced pumpkin flavour. I don't know what this brand is. M of WG. There was loads of that with that brand. This one was only £6.99, which I thought was a really good price. And it smells, it says harvest pumpkin with velvety vanilla, cinnamon and golden nutmeg. So it smells every bit as lovely as it sounds. So they had a good selection, and they had some small candles in as well for like £2.99. So oh, I love that. Yeah, so those were my purchases. I'm just going to check my list to see if there was anything else that I was going to talk about. I think I've probably covered everything because I've talked for a heck of a long time. Yeah, that will do. We'll call it a day there. This is probably going to be the last vlog of the summer, maybe. I don't know if I'll have anything worth talking about next week. I probably won't, because we've only got just under a week left of the holidays. So I think the way forward is going to be just to continue vlogging in this style. This is the same style that I've been doing the whole time, really. Even the longer length vlogs, podcasts. I'm not going to call them podcasts anymore because they're not podcasts, they're vlogs. So I'm just going to go ahead with the same format. So yeah, look out for them in the future. I had been trying to do one a month up until the June vlogs. I haven't really thought about whether I'll still continue to do that. I think I'll just be dictated by what I'm doing, time constraints, how busy I am, whether I've got stuff to show you, stuff like that. I think I kind of set myself the task of doing it once a month just so that I wouldn't kind of forget to do them or just not do them for ages. But I've obviously kept it up and I've done them fairly regularly, so I don't see any reason why I won't continue to do that. So yeah, I don't really need the sort of aim of one a month necessarily, so yeah, look out for me, and don't forget, if you would like to subscribe, please do that, and then I know you like what you're seeing. And if you want, hit the bell button and then you will get a notification when there's a new video. And if you like the video, please hit the thumbs up as well. I've had a couple of comments now and then about the volume or the sound quality. If you're going to leave me a comment saying that there's something wrong with the sound, could you let me know what device you're listening on? Because I think from what I've heard and what I've seen from other vloggers is that it's consistent with a certain type of device that you're listening on. So if that's the case, if you're listening on a certain type of device and only you're having a problem, then it could be your device or your type of device, I don't know. So if you have a problem, let me know your device, and then I can sort of tally up, you know, if everybody's saying they're listening on a PC, then I know it's a PC problem or whatever. But I've also had plenty of people saying, well, it's fine for me. So, you know, I don't know what I can do about it if it's fine for the majority and just one or two people are saying that it's not great. So yeah, it would be helpful if you could let me know how you're listening. Okay, I think I better leave it there for now because this video is very long already from me just chatting, and I am also aware that by the time I've added in all the extra little bits, it's going to be very, very long. So I don't know if you're going to be happy seeing that popping up on your YouTube feed. I'm always happy when I see a video's long, because then I know that I've got, you know, a nice little bit of company for a while and knit for a while. So anyway, yep, I hope you are enjoying your summer. I hope you're having a nice time. Hope you've been on holiday if you want a holiday. We haven't been away, but again, we've had some nice days out and I've still managed to chill out and relax a lot. So yeah, I'm not sure what we're doing this afternoon. A local place has said that their pick your own red currants and black currants are now free. So I think we might head along there. I love blackcurrant jam. So fingers crossed they've got lots left and we can go and get a big bowl of blackcurrants and I can make some jam, because that would be amazing, and I can have like blackcurrant and vanilla jam all through the autumn in my porridge or with my banana loaf. I've been making banana loaf from the Deliciously Ella, the plant-based cookbook, and it's so good. I think I've mentioned it before. It's refined sugar free and gluten free, so it's made with all sorts of lovely whole foods which are so good for your body, and it's delicious. It's so good. It's got like buckwheat flour in it and almond flour and bananas, maple syrup, cinnamon. Anyway, yeah, so that's it. I'm going to stop now. So I will see you next time. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.